Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and Xrp, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. With that being said, I hope that you're all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So recently, Volante Technologies put out a post that pretty much got unnoticed by the entire community, and it was talking about ISO 20022 adoption. The post says, strive for ISO 20022 adoption, not uncertainty. They give us a link. Discover how Volante can help you accelerate your path to adoption and be live on day one with less risk. Speak with a payments expert to learn how Volante can help you sprint ahead in the adoption race. Now, if we go to the link that they linked here, we are met with US wire payments. Cloud wire processing for financial institutions. Modernize your end-to-end US wire system or upgrade your existing one with an ISO 20022 ready solution available in the cloud or as a service. And we have down here, ready to embrace ISO 20022, get ISO 20022 compliant in just 14 weeks, 1.4 trillion of value processed in a single day for one of their customers, just one. ISO 20022 supports the Fed's migration to the new standard ISO 27001, certified to protect all data, SOC 1 and SOC 2 compliant to give you a peace of mind. Don't let legacy wire systems hold you back. We have two solutions available to help you on your journey to ISO 20022 compliance for FedWire. Don't risk losing this critical revenue stream. Work with Volante so you are ready on day one, scheduled March 10th of 2025. Over on that right side, we have an image of the initiation, clearing, and settlement mechanism behind Volante Cloud. Again, this has pretty much everything in place in terms of messaging, initiation, clearing, and settlement. And it plugs and plays with pretty much everything. I mean, Swift will be able to plug and play with Volante, Ripple, you name it. We offer two solutions to help you address ISO 20022 compliance. And that's where we have US Wires, which is even connected with the FedWire Fund service, ISO 20022. And we also have ISO 20022 service itself, which is the quickest route to ISO 20022 compliance within only 14 weeks. And this is where banks can upgrade to a modern end-to-end wires processing solution as part of a long-term strategy. And remember what Bob Way said from Ripple. He said that, guess what? With ISO 20022, now banks have to, and they're mandated to actually upgrade and modernize their systems because of ISO 20022. And we already know that Volante offers so many great solutions, even Volpay, for an example, which is where Ripple is actually plugged and played into, which is all around payments modernization. But I've always said, look at the about section behind Volante. They are an absolute giant. They are moving tons and tons of money. And we even have here the payments connection. A few years ago, we noticed our customers were using our low-code platform to process payments. Why? Their legacy systems were hard to maintain. They could not handle ISO 20022 real-time payments or APIs, and they were not cloud ready. And now, today, more than ever before, we have all of these big players coming over to platforms like Volante because they're already ahead of the legacy system. And we have today over 150 customers worldwide trust Volante, including 4 of the top 5 global corporate banks, 7 top 10 US banks, and 2 of the world's largest card networks. Our solutions are mission critical. We power entire economies. That's how big Volante is. And we even have here looking ahead. Again, all focused on API-based payments and banking as a service solutions around ISO 20022 compatibility. This is also increasing digitalization because of the technology behind it. And we already know who Volante is tapped in with. We also know some of the investors behind it. Again, when you are seeing a lot of things around like, oh, is Citi ever going to partner or collaborate with Ripple at all? They already are. Being an investor into Volante and then having a connection with Volante and Ripple, it's pretty much direct exposure. Now, I'm not saying like, hey, they're working with Ripple. I'm just saying they already are exposed to Ripple in some sort of way. But Volante has been an absolute giant that I've been talking about for a very long time because of the significance behind them. In fact, I've already told you guys about this post 100 times back in May that I made. I broke down everything behind Volante. They are moving trillions of dollars every single day. They're powering massive major banks. They are responsible for over 40% of all US commercial bank deposits and even 70% of all worldwide card traffic. They are an absolute giant in the heart of the entire financial system. Now, also talking about the heart of the financial system, we have sitting at the heart of that change in terms of this massive change that's happening around payments will be ISO 20022. The standard will bring together disparate systems, standards, and methods from across the globe and tie them together. Now, one of the greatest examples can be found in that of Ripple. This is a company that is, again, they're addressing it as a Swift competitor, announced in May of 2020 that it would join the ISO 20022 standards body as its first member based on DLT. It's the only and the first member of the ISO 20022 standards body that is fully based on DLT. And I think that they're the only one right now. I might be wrong on that, but I know that they were, of course, the first, as we do see here. And remember, this is Volante spotlighting Ripple, as being a major player in terms of the ISO 20022 standards body and being one of the first ones, and they're even calling them a competitor of Swift. But why is any of this information extremely important to know? Well, let's go back to this video. Volante discussing their partnership with Ripple, plus Volante customers can access XRP through this partnership, plus select it as a service provider for FedNow and FedWire. Big shout out to ISO 20022 for this.
Detail and depth in the particular products. I know that there's a lot of new things that you're working on. Some things that you'd like to share with us.
Sure. Today, I think we have announced one more product which helps the latest technology, blockchain technologies, with these open ledger technologies. We are already it's just out for the last few months, I guess, with one of the companies called Ripple, and we have already partnered with them, and we have a working product in which we have demoed it here, and we are going to demo that to a lot of our customers as well. And we are getting a lot of good traction there, saying customers have looked at it and they're saying this is great because it's when they're thinking about these things, when we show the solution, they really love it.
You know, very interesting for me because, of course, as you mentioned, blockchain is getting a lot of coverage, and I think a lot of people still associate it very much with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and that might not have given the right image of blockchain. So it's really refreshing to hear that there's other applications in financial services, and that you've actually brought some of that into the market. I'd like to hear a little bit more.
Again, you're absolutely right, because blockchain has been associated with Bitcoin. A lot of people have not been looking at other things, but I think now the knowledge of blockchain technology is becoming a little more popular, and people are learning more on how it can be used, right from the securities market to the payments market, the settlements and all that. I think as we go forward, again, there will be a lot of excitement regarding that, and there will be a lot of new players, and eventually there will be shake-up, and then some of the leading players will settle down as the leading leaders. But what we are trying to do is, it really doesn't matter which vendor you go with, which technologies we go with. Our architecture itself is built in such a way that we are, I would like to use this phrase called future-proof, which will support you as the technologies change or industry change, but you'll be able to address it in a very agile fashion to address those needs as you go forward.
And just like he said there, you know, they are future-proof and they are the key infrastructure. Like, they are an infrastructure player around this new system. And remember, Volante, they could settle with XRP. This has already been 100% confirmed by Volante themselves. Everyone will say, oh no, that's nonsense. Guys, big shout out to Fame21 More, and also big shout out to Matthew Lin Y. I asked Volante about XRP on June 17th, 2020. Here's the receipt as well. When will Volante utilize the digital asset XRP? Is 2020 the year for XRP? With Ripple having just joined the ISO 20022 standardization committee, it sure does look good for XRP for 2020. But guess what? Lawsuit happened in 2020. Right after Ripple joins the ISO 20022 standardization committee. That's a very weird alignment, right? But we also have this. This is from Matthew Lin Y. This is right around 2020. Hello, Volante Tech. Will XRP be a possible settlement mechanism for this platform? Thank you. Over here. Hello, Volante Tech. Will XRP be a possible settlement mechanism for this platform? Thank you. Volante's platform can be used to settle through XRP via our Ripple connection. We can't wait to get more banks on board. Now, everyone will say, oh, well, this says it can be used, but will it be used? Yes. Why do I think that it will? Because, again, going back to the initial statement, it is all fully based around cloud-based technology. All of this is based around cloud-based technology. Even if we go back over here, right, and we scroll back up, look at this. It's all through the cloud-based technology. Now, why is that significant to know? Cloud-based. Why have I been talking about APIs in the cloud? Why have I been talking about cloud-based technology? Well, over here, we got a post from Volante. And this is recent. I'm pretty sure that this might be maybe 2 years old now. I don't know if they have a date on this. It doesn't seem like they have a date on this. It's not dated. But regardless, we have why bank payment systems should reach for the clouds. Now, if we scroll back down to this, right, we can see a few things. So first off, it's all IT systems, right? They're under growing pressure to distribute loans and stimulus payments fast to help struggling businesses survive in the next few months and hopefully beyond. So this was back in 2020, I would assume. But anyways, the growing demand for payment services is straining banks' legacy payment infrastructure, some of which can be 30 plus years old. So when we think about this, right, they're nowhere near modernization point. For all the talk in the US and elsewhere about how financial technology companies, fintechs, and technologies such as artificial intelligence will disrupt traditional banking and usher in an era of 24/7 instant payments, the reality is far different. Real-time payments in the US and many other countries are far from standards, despite major advances in payment technology and the automation of many tasks in the payment and clearing cycle. But this is where we really look at why the cloud-based technology is so crucial. So here we have ISO 20022 being mentioned. Again, this is the move towards it. And we have, despite these encouraging developments, adoption has remained slow in the US, primarily because there is no regulatory requirement to offer real-time payments, and particularly in the current pandemic environment, budget priorities are being directed elsewhere. So then, guess what happens? We have pressure put on these areas in terms of even the US to have a requirement to offer real-time payments. With ISO 20022, that is going to be the major requirement for real-time payment and also modernization to take place. We have down here, are bank IT systems prepared? Again, the move towards ISO 20022, it's going to put even more pressure on the banks because they're going to struggle to get everything in place in order to accommodate for ISO 20022. So how can we make sure that they are able to accommodate? The answer is in the cloud. The alternative, we at Volante believe the future of payments, particularly real-time payments, lies in the cloud. Cloud-based payment services are more cost-effective than on-premise ones, requiring fewer resources to operate. They are more resilient because computing power can quickly be ramped up to meet surges in demand. They are also easier to maintain and keep current with the latest features. A growing number of banks are realizing the importance of modernizing their payment services with real-time payments and are seeing the cloud as the fastest way to achieve this. In response to this demand and to make cloud-based payment services accessible to banks of all sizes, we have launched a free cloud-based real-time payment service. Now, what is that service? Well, let's go to it. So this is your trusted partner for and pretty much everything. We could also see trusted by over 150 financial businesses worldwide. This is where you see Citi utilizing them, BNY Mellon, Goldman Sachs, FinBank, Wells Fargo, you name it. There's so many players tapped in, and this is payments as a service in the cloud. This is all cloud-based payments. You could even go to learn more, and it will tell you everything about this payments as a service, all in the cloud. It's cloud native. Modernize your payments today utilizing this. I mean, this is literally them breaking everything down about this entire system. And again, who are the players behind this? Like, who are the ones that are offering their services to this to make sure that all of this is in place? Well, if you go to like the real-time and instant payment service over here, right, it breaks down a few things, but it doesn't really get into who the tech providers are. So then you're met with Volante's Volpay, which is the thing that's behind this in terms of the solution, offering all of these payments. It's API ready, it's ISO 20022 native, all of that kind of stuff. And then you go to learn more, and this is where you're met with the names. Here are the features, and these are the ones that are the players behind the settlement mechanism. Remember, Swift is not settlement. They are just messaging. Ripple's on here, Visa's on here, and more. But again, how are you going to make sure that the payments are as efficient as possible? You're going to tap into next generation technology. This is where Ripple comes into place. And when we think about this, right, this is the secret sauce to modernizing those antiquated systems. A growing number of banks are realizing the importance of modernizing their payment services with real-time payments and are seeing the cloud as the fastest way to achieve this. This is what they are going to utilize. And when we think about this, right, the current financial system is still in antiquated ways. The fastest and the easiest way to change is by tapping into in the cloud payment technology. Do you guys know that RippleNet is in the cloud? They offer RippleNet Cloud. This is from Ripple's website. As the financial industry adjusts to a digital-first world, cloud technology solutions are playing an increasingly critical role, enabling instant connectivity between financial service providers and their customers on a global scale. And here we have, by leveraging RippleNet Cloud, customers increase efficiency and are maximizing their competitive advantage with faster speed of innovation and time to market, while lowering total cost of ownership. And again, the banks and financial institutions that provide these agile digital methods will be well positioned as innovators and leaders today and tomorrow. And when we go over here, we have tapping the power of RippleNet Cloud. The future of banking is RippleNet Cloud. As the financial industry adjusts to digital-first world, cloud technology solutions are playing an increasingly critical role, enabling all of those major efficiencies. And by leveraging this, you are basically leveraging the most efficient technology. And although, yes, this is like around from 2020, 2021, because again, MoneyGram is still a partner. This is like 2020. But regardless, the number one thing to take away from all of this is the fact that, yes, RippleNet is in the cloud. It provides the fastest and the best in class experience regarding payments. And this is all payment infrastructure. Remember, it's all infrastructure payments. Now, also, we know that back in 2021, this was October of 2021, one of the first major players to really adopt RippleNet Cloud was Al Ansari. And this is to connect with Money Match app to provide same-day remittances from the UAE to Malaysia. And remember, RippleNet Cloud is allowing banks and financial institutions to move away from aging and expensive legacy on-premise infrastructure and embrace the flexibility, speed, and resilience of cloud computing without the burden of hardware management. This is what is going to happen. Major banks and institutions are going to tap into cloud-based technology, especially very efficient cloud-based technology. Why? Because they don't have to hire an IT team. They could easily tap into something like this. They could even tap into a trusted player like Volante that offers RippleNet in the cloud through Volpay. Here you have it. This is Volpay with Ripple in the cloud. This is all cloud-based. Look at the cloud right there. That is Ripple. That's the Ripple plugin. Now, also, another player tapped in with Ripple in the cloud is Finastra. Finastra is an absolute massive giant, and this is where we started to really see the cloud being fully tapped in. This is RippleNet Cloud, as you guys do see on the right side. And we can see everything behind this on how it works. You can see the efficiencies, why it's extremely efficient, and all of the benefits behind it. When we really look at what's going on right now, this 100% confirms the fact that, one, with Volante, you could settle utilizing XRP. XRP is able to be settled through the platform. Now, is that the same even after the lawsuit? We don't know, but it still can be. Regardless of the lawsuit or not, XRP is cleared, right? I've talked about it 100 times. XRP technically is cleared. But the thing that I'm really looking at when it comes to this is the connections with Ripple and these major architecture players like Finastra and even Volante, because they are offering Ripple in the cloud. Like, all of this is Ripple in the cloud. And we know just from Volante themselves that the future is cloud-based technology, because it allows for these institutions and these major banks to utilize next generation technology without having to rip and replace. That's why when we really look at what's going on right now, we're just waiting for the last pieces. More so ISO 20022 to be fully adopted worldwide, and then regulations. Once that's in place, all of this space, all of this like noisy nonsense around, speculation of, oh, is XRP going to go up in value with on-demand liquidity? Oh, what's XRP's price today? Like, all of a sudden, all of that becomes noise. That's it. And everyone will forget about, oh, is XRP going to go up in value or not? Because we will have our answers. We're just waiting for those last two things, which is standardization and regulation. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.